Yo, shalom, all praises to the Most High. Yehoshua, this is Yyby. My peoples, I want to talk about a situation. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Um, Through my experience of dealing with dolls, man, sometimes we get updates and we have bugs, and sometimes they get fixed, sometimes they don't get fixed. And a lot of the times we think it's the update, but it's really what we doing, as a engineer and all that. And despite the things I'm about to tell y'all, but y'all got to think about this for a second, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a couple tips that kind of help y'all to get away from or not run into so many problems dealing with your DAW or dealing with Studio One or going through so much stuff. And it's a lot. These are a lot of the things that I kind of cut from it myself. And since I did it, I really had problems, man. I really had crash problems and anything of that nature. CPU crazy, shooting crazy. I really have any of that, and I have a nice, fast computer and all that. And I learned, like, one of the main things I learned, man, get away from third-party plugins. I know we love them, people. I know we love them, blah, blah, blah. And I don't too much care about them. The only third-party plugins I got now is the auto-tune, because Studio One don't have no auto-tune. I, I have whatever plugin that Studio One don't have, like, that do a certain type of thing, like distortion plugins, then I get a third party plugin. I'm not talking about 20 EQs, 20 compressors. Nah. I use every plugin Studio One got. I probably got like 6 plugins that's stock. Most people have crazy plugins. You'd be surprised, a lot of plugins cause problems because it's made by a different company. So every time you update your software, it might don't function well with, Studio One. Now you gotta wait for them to update their software and make it perfectly and right for, trying to keep up with every update that these companies make within their software. So that's why I get away from third-party plugins. It's sad to say, instruments and all that. I use all the stock instruments, and besides, I like them. They dope. When it comes to the sound fonts, I got crazy sound fonts. I build my own sounds and all that. So, and I go online and pay for they samples and sounds from Studio One website. Or I do the same thing even if I was dealing with Cubase or any other DAW. That's what I'm saying. Get away from third-party plugins, man, because they cause a lot of errors and problems, man. They make your CPU shoot crazy. You thinking it's just the DAW, no, it's the plugins. They make certain stuff crash. Sometimes a lot of the simple little functions, you wonder why it ain't functioning right, is because of the third parties. They're not compatible. And no matter how much they try to work and make it compatible, then here come a new update from one of the companies, man. The relation is not there. And there's too many companies with plugins. You got the cheap companies, you got the small ones, you got the free plugins. Then you got the bigger companies. Like, it's different levels to it, man. So, you got to try to get out of that, man. That's all. And another thing I learned, like, that I'm working on now is using everything you need to use the brand of the company. Like, for example, like Studio One. Studio One makes speakers. Studio One make audio interfaces. Studio One make, all type of products. So I'm working on trying to have all my equipment with that company. A lot of companies don't have it like that. I think Steinberg does it. Studio One does it through Personas. So when you do it that way, it functions better. It functions better. Sometimes you buy a certain keyboard, like this keyboard, MPK, 249. I love that keyboard. Because I haven't seen no keyboard. I don't even think Studio One I don't even think Steinberg have a keyboard. But you try to get away from it much as you can when it comes to the technical stuff of it. Like when you connecting, when you got to connect stuff, and all that. I think the more equipment that you use with that specific company, the less problems that you have, man. You know what I'm saying? And go back to the updating part. When you have to update everything, you update Studio One, and then the third party stuff that you're using is not updated. You might run into all type of crazy problems, man. And then, but if you do use third-party plugins, right? If you use third-party plugins, use less as possible. That's why I don't have so many. Give me 1 or 2 EQs, I'm straight. And the EQs that come with Studio One, I'm cool with those. If you good, you good. I like the way they look. I like the eye candies. I like the way they function. I like the way they, everything. So I don't need so many plugins to get jobs done, man. And besides, you limit yourself from that less plugins. If you're going to use third-party plugins, you'll have less problems. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, get rid of any DAW that's extra on your computer, any DAW that you're not using no more. Erase that. Erase it off, man. Take all your music from it. I know we save our music on it. We never went back. We transferring the files and all that. Listen, transfer all your music from that DAW and then take those DAWs off, man. Don't. I really believe that, a lot of these DAWs be causing interference with the other DAWs when you got them downloaded. Any program that you're not using on your computer, take it off. Take it off. Take it off. Anything that you're not using, don't have 3, 4, 5 video editing programs, 6 DAWs, Ableton Live, Reaper, Studio One, Reasons. You're not using them. I mean, you might go back and tap into here and there, but you're not, See, this is why I try to find something that I could do everything in, so I don't have to tap into this, tap into that, tap into that. You all over the place. And sometimes you have a chance of losing files that way too. You have a chance of losing things that way. And also clean your registry on your computer. Clean your registry, man. And when you do these things, I think that you'll truly have less problems with your computer. With Studio One, whatever little crazy functions y'all have, because sometimes it ain't bugs for Studio One. A lot of the times it be the third-party stuff that we use inside of the program. That's a fact. This is YYBY. Peace.